Hello and welcome to MysterE's Mysteries. I am your host, Mr. E. We are going to be here spending about 10 minutes of the day exploring all of the incredible mysteries in our mysterious world of psychology. First thing that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about those moments where you got a big zit on your nose, or maybe perhaps you spilled your lunch tray in the lunchroom, or you go through the entire day and you realize that your zipper's down, or, well, anytime that you feel like you have absolutely totally embarrassed yourself and you believe that the entire world has seen you at your worst. What you've all experienced, if you've ever sensed that before, is something called the spotlight effect. Our teenagers, and in fact, our adults to this day, all deal with this concept called the spotlight effect, where they really have this idea that everybody is watching them and judging them and experiencing and witnessing their blunders. And it makes everybody really frightened to make mistakes because they're so petrified that everybody's going to notice. But here's the deal. If everybody is experiencing the spotlight effect, right? Everybody's afraid that everybody's checking them out. The problem with that then is that nobody has time to actually see what other people are doing wrong because we are so concerned with ourselves. So really the spotlight effect shouldn't be an issue whatsoever, yet it is. Pretty big issue. Now, in this day and age, you would think, like with social media, all these people throwing themselves out there, right? They're posting images of themselves and themselves like wearing these like skimpy outfits or, whatever, they're all throwing themselves out there for thousands of people to bear witness. And you think, oh, okay, everybody's so willing to do this. Maybe the spotlight effect is going away, right? No, it's not, because social media is actually kind of a world of that's absent of integrity. It's absent of any recognition of one's whole self. So really what these people are advertising are just versions of themselves. In fact, if you even look at some of these posts, you know that they have been edited over and over and over again. Like it doesn't it's so lack reality. It so lacks reality that it's just not real, right? But this is the issue. So all of these people now are looking at these posts on social media and they see these perfect existences. And the more they see these perfect images and these perfect videos and these people that can dance so well and they're always smiling and super happy, right? The more people see that, the more they think they have a spotlight on them because they feel inferior. And it is infuriating, right? Because this is not the land of reality. Social media is not the land of reality. But it is what it is. There's a lot of good things to social media. I mean, I've gotten to hook up with friends that I have not seen in 20 years, specifically the producer of this show. There's a lot of good things that come from social media, but it has really enhanced this idea of spotlight effects. So people are very, very afraid to be observed, of failing, of making mistakes, of taking healthy risks, those types of things. So if you take our I'll just give you one example. Here would be an example. You have, you go on social media, you go on Instagram, and you see an image of a mother and a daughter, right? And they're at the beach, right? And the mother has the selfie camera, right? And it has her 5-year-old daughter there, and she says, "Mother-daughter day at the beach," right? And you see this image and there's 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 likes. And you see all of these comments Oh God, I wish I had the amount of time. You guys look so cute. Oh, adores, oh, whatever. I don't know what that's short for, but adorable. I have no idea. I'm not hip to the slang. But anyway, you have all of these comments of people posting, and all of these people are saying, God, I wish I had that time to spend with my daughter, or I wish I had a daughter, or I wish I was that beautiful, or I wish my child did not have something wrong with whatever the case may be. They're seeing this land of perfection, and the spotlight is on this perfection, edited, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But what you don't see is that woman is with her daughter there, and that woman spent 45 minutes doing her makeup, doing her hair, doing these things to make her attempt to look absolutely perfect. And you don't see her daughter crying and being upset about not being able to play in the water with the daughter, right? And then after those 45 minutes to an hour, they take the picture, and then she spends an hour editing that picture, and then the daughter and the mom leave and they go home. And they don't spend any time on the beach. But then you have 10,000 people that liked that video thinking that it's mother-daughter day at the beach and questioning, am I a good mom? Am I a good dad? Oh my God, I'm a train wreck. Look at me. When I go to the beach, I don't look like that. My kids screaming because they don't want to go in the water. My kids screaming because they just want something to eat. Okay, my kids, and there's all of a sudden the spotlight that, okay, I'm not good enough. So there is just so much more of an impact on this idea of spotlight effect since the day and age of social media. And that can trickle down into this fear of taking risks and taking chances, of, in fact, at times embarrassing yourself for the sake of doing something fun, of learning from your mistakes, that type of thing, because you're just a little too afraid to do it. And so spotlight effect has always been there, even in the day and age where those of you that are closer to my age, you might remember this concept called the wallflowers. And oftentimes we thought of the wallflowers of the people that did not want to be out there. They didn't want to be thrown out there. They kind of were just blending in. Maybe they weren't super popular, but in fact, it might have just been that they were afraid of the spotlight being on them. And so this is something that's been ever present. The day and age of the internet has kind of put a spotlight on it, put a spotlight on the spotlight effect. And now we see that it's so much more of a present issue. Now we have young adults, teenagers that are a little bit more afraid to try new things because they're afraid to be embarrassed, that type of thing. And if we all just remembered to a certain extent that we're all so wrapped up in our own stuff that we just don't quite have the capacity to really worry all that much about what other people are doing. We might be a little bit more willing to take chances, to take healthy risks, to explore new things without this ever-present fear embracing us. So this being the inaugural podcast, I just wanted to say thank you to my executive producer, Bear Wade, and thank you to you, the initial audience. As we move forward here, we will have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and what is it called now? X? Twitter, X. Yeah, we'll talk to Elon about that. Yeah, we'll get our X going, and we would love for you to follow us on those sites, and then also, hey, make sure that you hit subscribe so you can get all the latest news and updates from Mr. E's MysterE's. Thanks. Have a great day.